Yes, good morning, everyone. So welcome to today's training. Today we're doing DSS version 8, DSS Pro. So every Friday we'll be doing training on DSS software, or sorry, the softwares that Dahua have. So for today's training is DSS version 8. Last week we did DSS Express. So today we're doing DSS 8. Okay, we resume. So yesterday we did training on hotel solution. So we covered quite some topics regarding hotel solution. And one of the key parts, I think, for majority of the trainings that we've been doing, we've been talking about software. I think if you have taken note in every training that we have been doing, or maybe one of the major solutions that we've been having, I've been mentioning a product called DSS Pro or management software. So today we're going to talk about that management software. And I'll be interchanging between two sides. So I'll be going through the promotional document, that is the official documentation, and maybe also I'll be talking about now the software, the ways to interact. So DSS, our DSS version 8, DSS Pro version 8 software is, let's say, our peak of software. So it's our key product for management and handling of Dahua devices and third-party devices like cameras, access control, and alarms. So the product is made it's an application-based, scalable, meaning it's expandable. In terms of security, it's a very good security, and it's also open. That is open in terms of integration or maybe usage by third-party devices and platforms. So I think from the general overview, in terms of the software and research, this is just more of a promotion on our side. That is, the software has been well invested in terms of doing research, in terms of testing, in terms of everything. So it's a heavily invested software from Dahua. So from the globalization team, we have various quite number of teams that have worked together to achieve the success of the software and maybe to create that delivery for that particular software. So for more DSS products, that is version 8 products, we are having DSS Express, we have DSS Pro, Professional, and then we have DSS 4004-S2 and 7016-S2. So the difference between the two software is that the latter is a hardware. So the Express and the Pro, the software bit of it, while the 4004 and 7016, all of the two of them are all in one product. That is, it's a hardware that comes with a software inside it. So that's the main difference between the two. So in full Dahua security software, so we have the new DSS. So I'll focus more on the DSS Pro. And some of the application industry for this product include, in SMB, we have enterprise-based and transportation. So from the transportation side, we have modules like Mobile Center that can be incorporated into the DSS. We have the parking management system into the DSS. In terms for government application-based, we have the DSS side. So we've been mentioning the software. So the products in terms of management software that we have. So from the low level, we have the Smart PSS, AC, and then also we have. So in comparison with the integration, so our lowest product is the Smart PSS AC. Maybe to mention in terms of hierarchy, then we have the DSS Express version 7. Then we have DSS Express, DSS Pro version 7. Then the DSS Express version 8, DSS Pro version 8. So for the products that we have products that are suited for various applications. That is, for case example, if you see DSS Express and DSS 4004 S2, and maybe this 7016 that is version 7. So these softwares are more of security side. Then we have product that covers the comprehensive now, can do all this and this. While Smart PSS, you can do time attendance. With DSS Pro, also time attendance for APIs. While this Express blue part of it, you cannot do. So the DSS Pro, which we're going to talk about today, is comprehensive, meaning it covers both security and the attendance bit. So the Express, you cannot do time attendance. It's a pay-as-you-go service. So it's a lighter version of DSS Pro. And whereas DSS Pro now is the peak software side. That is, in terms of implementation, we provide centralized management system. You can do things like point of sale. You have AI features and radar functionalities. We have things like implementation of face recognition, AI functions. We have ANPR integrated into also the platform. So maybe just to mention, a single DSS product, that is, you get all-in-one software, maybe DSS 7016 DRS2. That model you can do 2,000 cameras, meaning from one DSS you can add 2,000 cameras to that DSS, and you can also do 1,000 access control products, not only limited to DAWA, but even third-party access control products, the same as your camera. And for that also single DSS product, that is the 7016 all-in-one, you can do, the storage can support even up to 200 terabyte per server. So advantage also, the advantage of DSS, maybe you're having more devices, more than 2,000, more than 1,000. So the DSS provides scalability, that is through functionalities like implementation of sub-servers and distribution. You can achieve even up to 20,000 cameras and 2 petabyte storages. That is quite a number. In terms of availability, maybe you feel like it's an area that needs security and everything needs to be up and running. The DSS supports configuration of the N&M, so that is you having hot standby server in the particular. So such case you do is implementation using installing of sub-servers and doing the redundancy for that availability. So apart from that, the software has also been made to be able to be available for third party. Maybe a company is doing a software integration for systems, is doing an IoT systems. We have we provide APIs and SDKs and even ONVIS for that particular needs where you need to do integration. So I'm not going to talk about, so this is the product that I'm talking about. So at the office at the moment, I'm having this DSS connected to the network. So if you see, so I'm going to open config tool, and if I refresh on my network, you can see I'm having DSS version 8. So this is the DSS version 8 that I'm having in my network. And the IP address is a 251. So it's a server and does not have things like a display or maybe HDMI where you just connect to it. Just a server running services in the network. So how do you access those services? So the way the way you'd access the services, you just click on that web button. So if you click on the web button, it will redirect you to the web interface, and you will get something like this. So from the web interface, it will tell you that maybe site is not secure, but you can just proceed with the same. So it's more of so once you open the web interface, so this version of DSS, unlike the DSS version 7, maybe for those of us who have been interacting or working with our previous version of DSS, that is the version 7, unlike the version 7 where you do management of basically most of the things using the web part of it. So for this DSS version 8, it requires you to do configuration using the client software. So you can see we have the button of download, and you have option of downloading also the mobile client. That is, if you want to check it in your mobile phone. So if you click PC, it's a Windows based. So you click download, and it will download on your computer. So once you have downloaded the software, and maybe install it, it's just an install by next until you finish installing. So once you install the software, you'll have a screen like this. So this is the interface for the DSS, that is the client software that you have installed. And at the first time of launching the client software, you will get this interface. That is, you'll be able to search for services in the network. So basically it's scanning the network, and you can see it found the IP address of that server. So at this point, I'm having the architecture in my network is that I'm having this DSS running in the network. Then I'm somewhere here with my computer. So I think you can see. Let me just draw it for you. So I'm maybe somewhere here in the network where the DSS is running. DSS is also running in the network. So I have my laptop. Maybe someone else can have the mobile phone. Someone else can have another laptop connecting to the same server for the same, looking for the same services. So from the same client, from the client side, I'm going to select this one as my server, and do OK. So I'm not going through the process of initializing, but it's just as simple as this. If you've done initializing of our products before, this one is a bit, so it's a straightforward, it's where you set the password, something like that. So some of the logins supported by the device include things like domain user, normal user. So you can use even the domain network as domain network for your company as the server for the DSS. So sometimes you might also be having if you are well conversant with the networking side, you can even do things like port mapping, handling those ports in your network for the purposes of achieving communication. So now, from the login interface, that is the time you log into that particular server. So this is the interface that will be presented with it. So let me just go back through the documentation, because I'll be shifting between the documentation and this server side. So I'll be switching between the two. So so from the DSS configuration side, we have now so you might be having this server running in your network, and you're somewhere in your computer. Then you have products like access control products connected to the DSS. You have video intercom products. You have face recognition. Maybe you're doing number plate recognition in your site. Maybe you're having also third-party cameras. So the same supported by the DSS. So in terms of the mobile application of the DSS, so from the mobile application, what can you achieve with the mobile application? So some of the features that you can do with the mobile app is things like doing live view on your phone. You can do things like a playback, you can select the favorite, you can do access control management, you can do face recognition. So you'll be getting those real-time alerts, those activities between in your network from the mobile phone side. So let's talk about the main functions of DSS Pro. So the DSS Pro is compared to the previous version of software, that is the version 7 or maybe DSS Express. So this kind of software is made to achieve 3 main functions. So in terms of design, in terms of development, we have thing like security scenario application. That is, you're getting all your functionalities made into applications. That is, you can be able to, it provides different application scenario. That is, you can do monitoring side, you can do event center. So monitoring deals with the visual aspect, that is, you can do CCTV, so that's the monitoring side. From the event center means monitoring of events in your activities. So AI functionalities, or maybe, so basically generally AI functionalities are based on events. Not only AI, maybe surveillance also. So if you unlock a door, that is an event. If you unlock a door with a card, if you unlock a door with a fingerprint, those are 2 events, or can be categorized into 3 events. If you are going to do things like tripwire, that's an event in the network. So basically, event is anything that happens in the network, and it's handled in the application-based of version of the software. Apart from that, support also the deep explore functionalities. So let's say you're going to do surveillance in an area, maybe in an airport, where you feel like the security is very important, and in case of an event, you need to do a follow-up. So the deep explore will simplify that process for you. Let's say you're going to do a tracking of a vehicle that maybe violated something within a surveillance region. The deep explore functionalities is aimed to be able to simplify the process and make maybe searches or investigation narrowed down. So that's the purpose of the deep explore. The maintenance center purpose is made to do things like management or maintenance of your devices. So it can do maintenance of the server. So by maintenance mean you can be able to check how your server is performing, how often your cameras are on or off, device statistics, so such and such information. Maybe storage parameters, we'll check them in a few. We have the access management. So access management basically deals with access control devices. We have entrance management and personnel management. So entrance management and personnel management is more designed to do vehicle entry management and also personnel management of people. We'll talk about them in a few. And we also have a slot that will provide you expansion. So let's say you have purchased a module like Mobile Center. So Mobile Center is a module of DSS Pro that is responsible to do things like integration of mobile devices. That is, we have talked about mobile devices, I think, this week. And the Mobile Center can be integrated with the DSS. That is, it provides you with a slot of adding that particular module based on, if you purchase it, you can have it. If you don't purchase it, there's no need for you to spend extra penny on the site. So I think generally that's what I've talked about, the monitor center events, so monitoring alarms, etc. Deep explore, after events video, that is after incident, you're doing investigation and such. So from the monitoring center, we have different functionalities. So now in the monitoring center, you can do things like maps. So maps gives you a visual logical positioning of the product you're doing surveillance in the network. So let's say you have a camera and maybe you're doing a large surveillance area like an airport, and you want, in case someone opened the door, or maybe in case a tripwire occurred, you want flashing on the map. So with the map functionalities, you can be getting those flashes on the map and be able to know precisely exactly where the product is, and for easier deployment. Maybe something has happened, you can tell someone exactly where to go. So we also from the display side, we also have the functionality of face recognition. That is, you can be getting real-time face recognition activities from the DSS side. We also have the event monitor. So you're not only monitoring, you are also monitoring events activities in a network. Later I will show you exactly how our events and how important the events are and the relevance in this DSS. So also from the monitoring center, you can do number plates. So you're having one big video wall, and you're dividing your screens into one map. The other side, you're doing vehicle entrance and exit. So the platform will be able to, with the integration with products like video wall and maybe Matrix, you can be able to have all this screen into one, and you can be monitoring the same. So it's a very powerful software. So you can see an integration with a video wall and a decoder. So you can see for this case, someone used a monitoring side with a decoder. So we'll check about these events. So you can be getting real-time events from the security event center. You can configure the events. You can see the events history. And you can also be managing those events. Let's say you have quite a number of people in your surveillance region, or maybe in the monitoring center. You can allocate events to various people. That is, you're telling someone to handle such kind of events, others to handle such other events. So from the Deep Explore, the purpose is more of following up of events once they occur. So you can be doing quick search entry. You can do integrated search. So you can activity tracking. So which part did someone use? We can also do the access management. So I think let me just go to the software first before we proceed. So this is the DSS interface. So at this point, you can see I only have 1, 2, 3. So by default, you have this one from the DSS all-in-one. And you can get the monitoring center. So monitoring center, you can see the display. So I don't have quite a number of information or maybe data that you can see from the display side. So you can have video wall. You can be allocating channels you can design your view so that you can be having maybe some sites showing ANPR, others showing face recognition, etc. So in the map functionalities, you can do Google Maps. You can have maps as images. So various methods of adding maps into your design. So apart from that, you also have the Deep Explore. So this is how the Deep Explore screen looks like. So just bear with me. So just a small problem with the network before.